Well, we haven't started quite streaming just yet, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you when we do. I wonder if I've got Skype on this. Yeah. Damn it. Right. Well, receiving content, but... Hello? Anybody out there?
There might not be.
Well, no, it's more if my preview's starting. My preview isn't starting. If my preview isn't starting... Ah, here we go. I think. Yep. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hang on. Let me just see if I can do something. I just want to do something so that a mate can... Starting right now. Go to this link. Hang on. Sorry about this, guys. Just doing the sign for a friend. Control C. Control V. Live 2? What the fuck? No. That's not the link I needed. Control C. Control V. Right. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the Force Awakens chat. Basically, we're going to talk about the film Star Wars The Force Awakens. Major spoilers ahead. You have been...
Yes, very major.
You have...
Very start major spoilers.
You have been warned. Now, I am playing this game for several reasons.
Yeah, so I'll give you a hint. It's just a, wow, we're gonna get our own lightsaber. Of course, you already have your own lightsaber.
Let's go for the hilt design.
Double-handed?
Mm,
Fun.
No, I only started from the beginning, so I can only do one-handed at the moment.
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah.
Alright, let's begin, shall we?
Yep.
In a galaxy far, far away, people started talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens, while one of them was streaming Star Wars Jedi Academy. This was a weird decision.
But it makes sense.
But it makes sense, as you say.
Given certain aspects of some of the characters in Star Wars Force Awakens, yeah.
Excuse me a second. Ah, right, okay. Just checking. What?
We'll be arriving at the Academy in just a few minutes.
What?
Oh. No, something just happened. Right. Okay.
Aren't you excited? We're going to be Jedi!
Shut up! Rosh Pennon, you little shit.
Make your way to the temple. The shuttle will meet us there.
Jaden, hey! I'm stuck! Can you help?
Hey, Jaden, shut the fuck up. I thought I hadn't turned off the voice volume.
Hold on, Rosh. I'm on my way.
Right. Okay.
Jaden, see if you can make your way around there.
Still too loud.
Lightsaber.
Right, let's start talking about The Force Awakens, shall we? Before everybody starts getting a little annoyed.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much, we've just seen The Force Awakens, and I went into this fresh having seen one trailer, so I know there's been trailers where people have analysed to death what was going to be there, and...
Yeah, frankly, I wasn't one of those people who were analysing it to death. I just saw most of the trailers. It's a different film from what you see in the trailers. It really is. When you see the film, you think, well, you've got a film that is really, really interesting, going to be interesting, because it takes things in a different way. But then...
It does. Yeah.
It... Perhaps you can explain it, Rob.
Okay. Yeah, there's certain aspects... Okay. Certain aspects of the film are good. Yeah, like actually having Han go back to being a dodgy freighter captain.
Yes.
And things like that, which is things that the characters would potentially do, as opposed to becoming a New Republic general.
Yeah.
Which, so in that way they actually say, forget the extended universe, we don't care. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that a bit more in a minute.
But pretty much, yeah, there are certain elements that are good.
Yeah.
I really like to watch. And then there are elements where you just... either you start at some level of amusement and some level of laughing at the film.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, that's really what it is. And it is, we'll explain this a bit later on, but here's an example. The Resistance has no capital ships. It has a few squadrons of X-Wings. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're in the chat, you can ask questions. Please do if you can, because if you want to know anything, I can see the chat right now. So, yeah, there is something about the film that just screams laziness. Or is it just me?
No, it's not this year. Like the number of ships is an attempt to replicate what was in the first one. However, it doesn't. However, the ultimate in laziness is just having the weapon destroy Coruscant, and instantly the New Republic is out of the way. All the not there.
Yeah.
And then they are not there. The entire Republic fleet was on Coruscant. Nobody was on patrol.
No, No, it's not the Empire anymore. It's the New Order. Now, I think that is a mistake.
It is a mistake, yeah.
Having the Empire and having something that is still the Empire would be good. Having this New Order malarkey doesn't make a lot of sense.
If you go from Return of the Jedi, then the Empire has... the Empire has been partially fought off.
Yes.
Let's be clear on this one. At the end of Return of the Jedi, they stopped the Empire's super weapon.
Yeah.
They did not win.
Yeah, it
Like they said, thousands of systems. Robot Chicken has a thing where they say there are thousands of systems. We could just send more ships, and then they're sorry, we won.
Yeah.
Rebels won. But wait, but we could do this, and it's like, no, we're not. We're done.
Yeah. The thing about that is that when you see what happens in the actual film, you sort of go, well, hang on, why are we now praising Vader?
I do not know. And also, there's another problem with that.
Yeah.
Did the guy not know? Kylo Ren not know that Vader was redeemed and is no longer Darth Vader? So, looking at the whole burn Vader mask and then saying, I'm going to finish what you started.
Yeah.
He actually redeemed himself, just so you know.
The problem is, they could have had it that he was following Vader and Vader alone. He was following Vader's teachings.
Yes, that would make sense.
But
Vader had quite specific teachings, really.
But they decided to put this other bloke in that makes no sense. Really, no sense. And you sort of think, well, what are you playing at?
And apparently this guy turned Kylo Ren to the dark side.
Yeah.
That's apparently what Han says. Han says have happened, and you're like, okay. And also, just he appears in one hologram room.
Yeah. And also they made a mistake with that hologram room.
By making him huge?
Yes. He was...
I'm just expecting a giant in the next film.
You and me both. That is all I'm expecting of him. It doesn't make...
No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because also, point of fact, in the original trilogies, and the prequels, when people appear on holograms, they always appear smaller.
Apart from once.
Okay, when is Sidious's huge? But even but then it's Sidious's head. Remember?
Yeah. And then you realise, well, that sort of makes sense, but it doesn't make a lick of sense.
No. You know what is also funny? The fact that he couldn't be bothered to get to holo communicate in any other way.
No, he couldn't.
Which leads to a hilarious situation of, and like I said, spoiler heavy, the second bad guy,
Yeah.
who's kind of in charge of the fleet forces, having to run through the base as it explodes to talk to the Grand Master, who then to fuck off back that way and pick up the apprentice and get off the planet before it blows up.
Yeah,
He couldn't communicate via a portable hologram and risked his general being blown up.
I don't get it. I really do not get it. You look at it and you think, well... one of the things that I think they also did well, this is one of the things I really think they did well with the film, was improve the stormtroopers.
Oh yeah. Stormtroopers are genuine stormtroopers, and they're not clones, which makes sense. But I do love the fact that they were talking about
clones.
Using them.
Yes.
Considering using clones, but they were deciding, but they hadn't decided.
Yeah. And there's also conditioning, which is an interesting idea.
Yeah, it explains why they're so uniform.
Yeah.
again, this is extended universe. When you extended universe, which they're ignoring.
Yeah.
In the other one, because in the extended universe, they also recruited stormtroopers who just wanted to fight for the Empire.
Yeah.
But I like that they got rid of that, because it just means that they're still more uniform. The whole taking them from birth.
Yes. I really do think that there is something to be said about this film, and it is a complete and total rehash of Episode 4.
Just a bit. It's to the point where they actually have virtually the same number of X-wings attacking the super fortress. They're like, I'm sorry. Guys,
Well, no, let's not call it a super fortress. It is
it's a Death
it's a
Star.
galactic Death Star.
Yeah, but it's a planet Death Star. They just what it is, what it really is, as it is, the Death Star is they discovered a small flaw with their construction.
Yeah.
Use a planet that already exists and then build and then hollow out that part, and you don't have to build the rest.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, wait, what? The idea of the Death Star is that it's mobile.
This one isn't, but it can fire through hyperspace, which again, I would I would say is another point where they say they didn't listen to the extended universe.
Bullshit.
Centerpoint Station from the Han Solo Corellian trilogy.
Yeah.
Fired a beam through hyperspace and was an ancient structure that was a weapon.
Yeah.
A capacitor that people used as a sun.
Yeah, it...
to grow crops. Yeah.
There are so many things about this that just don't make a lick of sense.
Okay, here's one of the main examples that I find.
Yeah.
And this, by the way, is not explained in any conceivable way. There is no attempt made to explain this.
No.
What is going on with the Resistance and the Republic?
Yeah,
Yeah, Leia is a general of the Resistance. The Resistance has about 3 squadrons of X-Wings.
The Resistance makes no sense.
It seems to be like an underground movement, like this, like when the pilot, he says, "Are you part of the Resistance?" Like he expects there to be an underground French Resistance style movement.
Yeah, it...
But what the relationship is between the two, I mean, what we see of the Republic is people looking up as the weapon goes and blows them up.
Yeah.
You know nothing about the Republic. What it was.
By the way, I'm just using the bowcaster, so can we just talk about the bowcaster scenes for a second?
Yes, I like those because it's Han Solo kind of looking and just kind of appreciating the fact that he can't, the fact that it's more powerful.
Yes. It's...
And also, one other thing that I noticed...
Yeah.
And this is true to the canon, Chewbacca has a Wookiee bowcaster that requires Wookiee strength to pull it back. It's not automatic.
Ah.
Han always fires one shot, if you notice. And
yeah.
That the Wookiee already has ready. So, nice nod there.
Nice nod. We won't get into what happens to Han just yet.
No. Which I was saying, I was saying in advance, I totally saw that coming as soon as that setup appeared. I was just like, yeah, I know.
For me, the setup didn't really sort of... We'll get to that later on, but...
Yeah. But, yeah, there are elements which do make sense.
Hang on.
And then elements...
Yeah, keep going.
Which totally don't. Now, here's an element which doesn't make sense, and we were both laughing about this one.
Yeah, we were.
Okay. Kylo Ren. The story says Kylo Ren is the Luke set up his Jedi Academy again, not extended universe at all.
By the way, the game I'm playing is called Jedi Academy.
Yeah, and it also has somebody called Ross Pennon who's similar to Kylo Ren, actually.
Yeah, equally a pain in the arse.
Yeah, it's where the irony comes in, actually, that we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
But pretty much, yeah, Kylo Ren, he's supposed to have destroyed Luke's dream by just killing all of his students and pretty much destroying the academy.
Yeah.
Small problem. He can't take on a clone trooper who's using a lightsaber who has no force ability.
Well, let's put it this way: the clone troopers who are trained nearly took out.
Technically, troopers, not the trooper with the electro thing.
Yes, nearly took out Finn, which is the black stormtrooper.
Who was wielding a lightsaber at the time. However, Kylo Ren takes a wound from that and staggers back and has great difficulty, apparently. He does eventually defeat him, but it should have been seconds.
Yeah, and it sort of diminishes what Rey is, strangely enough.
Yeah, Ren is
Rey
is built up. Is it? Oh, Rey, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rey.
Rey.
That's true, actually, because both Rey and Ren are diminished by that.
Yeah, which I think is a shame, because Rey is... There were a couple of things I want to say about Rey. One, she's well acted. People are saying, somebody I know say she isn't that well acted. Well, I can see where they're coming from, but with the role she was given, she wasn't given much room to do much. Do you see what I mean?
No. I do see what you mean. Her role is quite fixed in that, and she's doing her best to add some extra elements.
Yeah,
Finn.
Yeah. The thing about Rey, which is the woman in the trailer. I can't really explain it. The desert woman.
The one with the mask who,
she is extremely well... Well, she's sort of set up in a way that sort of screams we're doing episode 4 again.
Yeah, she is the Luke Skywalker, pretty much. She's who even is looking for her parents. More obvious.
Yeah, and
there are differences.
I don't want to kill her like I wanted to kill Luke.
Yeah.
Luke was a whiny brat in episode 4.
Oh, he got whinier.
Yeah.
In George Lucas's original one, it was he had just.
Hello.
Yep.
I lost you there for a second.
Oh, okay. I don't know why, but.
In George Lucas's original one, he
he was having to pay back Uncle Owen, and he mentions it briefly, but he just wrecked his speeder and a pod in a race. It's like American Graffiti.
Yeah, really sort of. But the reason Ren is quite a lovable character, but there is one problem that some people have been saying. She is the feminist archetype character, if you see what I mean. But
she can't. If you look in the film,
yeah,
she can only just accept being saved by a man.
But unless it's Han Solo.
Yeah, when it's Finn, she's surprised and is like, "Wow!" And then, "Wow, I'm amazed that you did that." It's as if she was just like, I don't really know what she was expecting.
I just got rend.
Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't help it, but
But it's very funny how you were saying about the diminishing thing. The end fight that they have with Kylo Ren and Rin. Is it Rin? No.
Rey.
Kylo Ren and Rey.
The names are horrible.
The ex-Stormtrooper. And also the ex-Stormtrooper and
Finn.
Diminishes... it makes Finn seem like an absolute badass in a way.
Yeah. And
more than he should be.
One of the main problems was, if he had no mentor, I could believe it.
Yeah.
He has a mentor.
He did.
The mentor, a dark side mentor. Well, no. Let's get this right. The dark side mentor should have trained him in lightsaber combat.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Even if you don't count who mentored him first.
That's the problem. First of all, he was mentored by Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Age enough and skill enough that he managed to wreck Luke's dream of an academy by killing all the students. So Luke went off and said, "Forget this," and went off. So that's what happened. But after that, he had a Sith Lord mentor.
You sort of go, what the fuck?
Yeah, because in the actual fight, Finn does a pretty good job of holding off Kylo Ren, despite the fact that the Stormtrooper with the Electro thing managed to pretty much beat Ren to Finn to a pulp earlier on. So that Stormtrooper is better than the Sith, than Kylo Ren, and then when it comes to the girl fighting that one, it's just like it built up to a really big thing. You're just like, look, it's not, because the ex-Stormtrooper just managed pretty well.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, you sort of think about it,
just did that.
You think about it, and it's like, well, what is Kylo Ren even doing?
I have no idea. He doesn't care about the fact that the station's under attack.
No, the whole.
I'm just wondering, what does he actually care about?
I'm trying to work it out, because.
Okay, I know what he cares about. He doesn't want the other bad guy general one-upping him.
Yeah, I know, but no,
that's the one thing that Kylo Ren has consistently cared about the entire time.
Yeah, but why?
Because he's...
Honestly... we'll get to Kylo Ren a bit more in a minute, because...
And also...
Go on.
There's one other thing. The other guy is a technical a technical and command guy, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever get the impression that they played the Star Wars Jedi Outcast? I'll rule the galaxy with a cortosis fist guy?
Oh.
It's really similar.
Yeah, you're right. Oh.
I knew that character was from somewhere, and it's just like, yeah, he's the character I like from Jedi Outcast.
Yeah,
Galacfire the First, rule the galaxy with a cortosis fist.
I just... The thing about that is that you look at... You look at the film, and they say that they haven't used a single thing from the extended... well, now currently called the Legendary Universe.
Legendary Universe, okay.
Bull shit.
Yeah, that was so rubbish. It was just like, Luke's Jedi Academy. Sure,
yeah.
Sorry, Ben Solo. That was straight from it.
I'm surprised I didn't see a blue bloke.
Effectively, you kind of did, because the other...
I'm sorry, what?
Guy, you did, kind of. Not blue, but if you think, what was the other guy's thing? Not Kylo Ren, the other guy.
I don't...
He was the Imperial Command guy who didn't have much respect for the Force user. Well, isn't that Thrawn? How he didn't
Yep.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah. Oh my god, he is Thrawn.
Yeah.
No, he is Thrawn, because even though... Crap, I knew that was going to happen. Sorry, I just got killed again.
Thrawn's good.
He
was very much that. He was just like, look, I listen to the main guy, but I don't listen to you.
Yeah.
He actually said, look, he actually reminded him that they were equal.
Yes.
And said, look, don't let your personal endeavours get in the way of the mission with the main boss.
Yeah. One of the things I really think this film did poorly was it shouldn't have introduced the bigger boss. It really should have just left him for another film.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine for Han to mention his name, but you don't know anything about him.
Quite. And you sort of think, well, if you know who he is, what the hell's going on? If you see what I mean.
Where is the suspense in that? You could have kept suspense. You didn't need to see him.
Yeah. The problem with that is that you've got somebody who should have a lot of mystique and has approximately dick mystique.
Yeah, he's just there.
He's just there, and he's not really that imposing. He's just there, and it just sort of... You just sort of go, okay, he's there, and...
Yeah. In the end, his management of the super weapon is virtually nil.
Yeah, it's sort of like, well, I'm
on a separate planets, and I don't really care.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, why don't you care about this? And
this is the weapon that apparently destroyed the Republic.
well, Will is going to destroy the Republic.
No, it did.
It did, but he didn't know that they could have... it could have not worked or something silly.
Yeah, he didn't even know if it worked. He just kind of assumed it was like, yeah, nobody cared. So,
Yeah.
and also, his complete latter reaction to the guy saying, by the way, our planet's about to explode.
Yeah, he sort of, from what I could tell, sort of expected it, and you sort of think, well, hang on, what are you playing at?
If you expected this, then why did you go through the trouble of making it?
Yeah, to take out the
home planet,
Coruscant, and you sort of think, well, you
accomplish nothing apart from that.
Less than nothing. Taking out the Senate really does approximately dick. You saw how good the Senate was in the original, in the previous trilogy, and it's kind of like, wow, you were taking out that. Well, no more Padme Amidala's? Well, that can only be a good damn thing. Because
you're actually making... They're not that effective, and also... You're making it now so that now people are going to band together under a military leader, so you have more focused resistance.
Yeah. You're sort of kicking yourself while you're down, and it sort of doesn't really help anybody's cause at all.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention a great thing about that planet.
What?
Which I just love. The sanitation engineer knows where the shield controls are.
Yeah, the stormtrooper you see in the beginning scene is, I crap you not, a janitor.
Yeah. His former role was janitor, which he says at the time, and they're like, what? You just brought us in. He said, I just thought I'd find some solution to the fact that we need to take out the shields before all the ships are attacked are going to be killed.
Yeah.
And when even Han is saying, what on earth?
The Force does not work like that.
Yeah, it's just like the Force will do that. It's like, no, the Force relies on you not being an idiot.
Yeah. If you're being an idiot, the Force will just bitch slap you.
Yeah.
That's how Vader happened, remember?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's just, he managed just to find the shield control, and then just this one stormtrooper can just turn off the entire shield of the planet.
What confuses me even more than most of this film is that how the hell does one high-ranking officer know every single stormtrooper's ID?
Oh, that was great.
It was just like,
looked and said, I know who that guy is, and it's like, really?
Really? You do? Why?
Just because he looked back and wasn't actively gunning a civilian down at the time. Maybe he didn't have a civilian to shoot.
Yeah. Perhaps everybody else was such a good shot, and actually, the interesting thing, stormtrooper aim has improved.
Oh yeah, it really has improved. Except when it's fighting the main characters.
Yeah, but that's main character shielding. You can't really say that main character shielding is something that you didn't expect.
Actually, I didn't expect that, except for the fact that the first one actually has the stormtroopers hitting the side plates on the stormtrooper armor that Luke and Han have stolen.
Yeah.
They're hitting them, they're just not hitting them well.
Yeah, because there's a reason for that.
And also because they're in cover.
That's true.
So no, they're not that bad in the first one, and in those scenes. It's just but yeah, I get no character arm and everything, but it's just interesting to see how they have improved.
They have improved greatly, and you sort of think, well, why? It shouldn't have improved at all, and then you think about it, it's just like, oh, okay.
Oh, and also with regard to improvements,
yeah.
Here's something that I don't quite get.
Go on.
The Empire, the New Order,
Yeah.
knows where the Resistance's base is, right?
Yes.
And it has more than one Star Destroyer.
Yep.
Why didn't they send some ships and just attack the depleted Resistance force? They didn't have a single capital ship, as far as we knew.
Quite. You're asking me. I don't know. There are so many plot holes in this film, aren't there?
Yeah. Oh, there's tons of them. For instance, here's a great one.
Go on.
That they try to explain it in film, but it still doesn't make any sense. Okay. The Millennium Falcon was stolen from Han Solo, and he couldn't get it back. It then passed through 4 other owners.
Yes.
How did those owners fly the thing through space without Han Solo popping up out of thin air, which is what he does as soon as they fly it?
Yeah.
And keep track of it. He had no idea where it was, but as soon as the main characters get in it, suddenly the magical transmitter works.
Yeah, it sort of...
It's the fact that they go at length to try and explain this as well.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I drop it far more easily, but they make a big deal of it.
Yeah, they do. Let's get to the point that pretty much floored me in this film.
Oh yes. Now here is the point. Here's the point when, as soon as I saw the dark side area.
Yes.
The dark side area. It's all those things, and the breeze going like that.
Yeah.
And also the fact that you had the father going to talk to the son.
Now
the father going to talk to the bad son. This is in the kind of.
Now let's say right now, Kylo Ren is.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's as we said, spoilers. Kylo Ren is Ben Solo, who is his son.
Yeah.
Who went to the academy and then
Han Solo's and Leia's son.
Which is a point that's brought up by the fact that she doesn't want Han Solo around because it reminds her so much of the son.
Yeah.
Who turned evil because of the giant and the hollow.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Why did he turn evil again?
Because he wanted to be Darth Vader. I think.
Yeah, you think, but it doesn't really say why, does it?
He never says why, but he says specifically, "I want to finish what you started." I have no idea what.
I think the biggest mistake that they made with that film was, I don't mind that Kylo Ren is a bit of a douche.
I'm fine with that to a certain point. Dark Side normally are.
Yeah, he is a true form of douchery. And you sort of
too douchey.
Well, no. Let me get to my point for a sec. He is too douchey. Yes, I agree with you on that. But the thing about him is that if he was trying to rule the galaxy by himself, I'd expect it. I'd expect the megalomaniac blowing up consoles for literally no goddamn good reason.
I love the console attack. So it's just you just go through and you're just like, yeah, our fearless leader. He attacks consoles.
Yeah. Why?
No idea.
Do you know how much that costs?
Yeah, not to mention that's super secret command center, and it's just like, yeah, Kylo Ren just hacks his consoles.
Yeah. Oh crap! I just died again.
Well, make a save earlier on, and then.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. Kylo Ren is second fiddle to a leader, and the power is shared equally with the Thrawn lookalike.
Yeah. Actually, no. Let's. This gets worse. This gets so worse. How much does the leader of the military, who isn't a Sith Lord, act like Thrawn?
A lot.
He does not chastise his men. He shows very little. He shows very little anger. For God's sakes, if he had blue face paint, they could get away with it.
Yeah. Another thing that I find hilarious.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be equals, but technically, doesn't the military guy do most of the actual power stuff?
Yeah.
What does Kylo Ren actually do?
I don't know. He just sits there and douches about for pretty much 98% of the film. All he does is just it's the Grand Moff Tarkin role again, isn't it?
Except it is, except for the fact that Vader also did stuff which was good. And it totally is. I mean, if, for instance, he just remember the not Thrawn. So about, now we've lost the droid.
Yeah.
It's now in Resistance hands because of your plan.
Yeah.
As you said, you could get the information from the girl. Isn't that just a complete repeat of the whole we let the rebel plans go because on purpose?
Yes, but
it's not quite a repeat, but it's
not a repeat.
Because
is
unfortunately the balance is wrong because Kylo Ren is just incompetent in this film.
For God's sakes, I think Bond would go, what the fuck? You have superpowers and you're being a douche.
Yeah. He's being an incompetent douche because in the end he said, look, we could go for the droid, but forget it. We got this person and I'm leaving. I don't need to send reinforcements into this situation.
Why the hell not? You look at it and you go...
oh yeah, there's no reason not to, because if you look, how many X-Wings were there in that fight?
Well, for God's sake, they had capital ships.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
What makes it worse is the capital ships have the ability to take down TIE fighters. Now, TIE fighters are faster than X-Wings.
Exactly. And also, if you don't care about what's in the vicinity aside from the droid, which you know is not in the area, you can just have them level it.
Quite.
Which they've been shown doing before.
Yeah,
They're like stormtroopers, kill all the people in the village. They're fine with this.
I must admit, I do like the flame troopers.
Oh, I love the flame troopers. Yeah, this was so that was like, oh yeah.
Flame on, baby, flame on.
No, the flame troopers are one of my favourites.
Yeah, well, let's actually get back to Kylo Ren. He is an emo douche of
He is.
pure. I think he out-douches Anakin, and then you think about it, it's just like, wait, how do you do that? Literally, how?
Yeah. You outdouche the whiny boy and I love this. Everybody else on the Jedi Council was at least 30 years older, some hundreds more. And he was like, yeah, we give you a seat on the council, but we will not give you the rank of master. What?
And you're sort of like, you have a seat on the High Council of the fucking Jedi.
There are most masters who live and die wanting that, and never get a shot.
Yeah.
It's Jedi who are almost as good as that, but just don't quite make it. Yeah, and Kylo Ren does worse than that.
Yeah. It sort of, you sort of think about it, and then you go, well, what is the point? Because you look at Kylo Ren, and then you think, well, why would he join the dark side? What is the advantage?
There's no advantage.
Because he's not saving someone he loves. He is a douche. He loves no one. Oh no. Now, I have not looked into spoilers for episode 8. I don't think they even I think they've wrote it, but nobody knows about it. Let me guess.
Publish any information.
Let me guess. Rey, who I theorized from the end of the film, is Luke's daughter. He's in love with Rey. Sorry?
No. I'm not sure about that.
And he thinks that Rey is going to die?
You think? So Luke. Oh no! So Luke dropped somebody else off on a desert planet. Could be.
It's not beyond the wit of man. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I'm not sure about. I do think that it's Luke's daughter.
Yes.
That I'm pretty sure. The whole dropping him dropping off the planet and the whole protecting her causing the fall to the dark side. Yeah, that would work but they would have to be exactly copying the plot of the prequels more than anything else. I think maybe he was just a douche.
Yeah, but why is he so interested in her?
Because apparently there are no other Force-sensitive people.
No, Rob, when the bloke said there was a woman, he got interested. It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah. I don't know what that was about, and also he did offer to train her as well, which is...
And you sort of think, well, oh my god, are they doing this the way I think they're doing this? Basically giving Padme powers.
I think they kind of are. You know what's even funnier about that line that I found hilarious at the time?
Go on.
The guy who's been wounded by a stormtrooper wielding a lightsaber.
Yeah.
By being hit by a bowcaster when he should have been able to deflect it, and then being less than equal in a fight, offers to train someone.
It's just like, what I understood was like, no, R2-D2, when he wakes up he can train me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sorry,
It's the opposite. They try to do it like Vader with Luke, but the thing is, Luke was just losing against Vader.
Not more than holding her own. Rey was not only holding her own, she was holding her own.
It was less than equal.
For God's sake, she nearly killed him.
Yeah, but, and then he gave the offer about training her.
Yeah, and let's get the big secret out of the way. Han Solo dies.
Yes. Now, the scene...
Now...
I saw this, I saw this coming, because here's the thing. The scene looks so similar to the Cloud City one. To the Cloud City scene with Darth Vader and Luke.
Yeah. What annoys me, though, is... why?
I don't get why. They did it, and I was like, look, I'm not surprised. You're not going to shock me, because I know.
I would rather have had they taken someone...
Okay.
It would have worked if
Here's the someone they could have
Finn... No. If Finn was trying to fight Kylo Ren...
Now that would... And actually failed. I like it. And
failed, and had Kylo Ren use the backslash, and then have Rey, the woman, become enraged.
Which she kind of did anyway.
Which she did anyway, and then have it have him falter because he sees his father.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And but with this, you have it that, well, this guy has no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Oh. I mean, I think that was the point. It was to make him non-redeemable, but
yeah, there's non-redeemable, and then there's this dude. I'm sorry. I feel so sorry for the actor, because he's gonna get spat on by little kids.
Trying. Yeah, but he's really trying with his role, and then he kills Han Solo in the role, and there's nothing to redeem about the guy. It's like, why did he turn to the dark side?
Nobody fucking cares. He just needs to die quickly, and if Jar Jar can take him out, you might be able to redeem Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Not to mention.
No, Rob.
Not to mention is that
If someone...
Jar Jar come in?
If Jar Jar comes in and slits Kylo Ren's throat at the end of the film and then apologises to everyone for being a douche, the prequels have been redeemed.
In my eyes, yes.
Yeah,
Because in the end, forget Jar Jar. We got Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Kylo Ren is such a pansy ass faggot. I'm sorry, he is the gayest of all the Sith Lords there is. And there's only one.
Wonderful.
There is only one Sith Lord who I would class as truly homosexual, and that would be the main bad guy out of the half bloke out of Sith Lords. God. And it's like, wow, you are gay, and it's just like, wow, gay stormtroopers are going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If I could,
I was only gay on. I thought I was the only gay on the Armored Planet.
If I could do it, if I could risk my YouTube channel for it and not get a copyright strike and just have it stay up, I would have the pay to be gay and have it for a Kylo Ren thing, because I'm sorry.
He so is. It's the fact that most of his thing is about the fact that people snub him and then he gets annoyed.
Yeah.
also...
Dude, I've got snubbed more than you have. Dude, if you'd found Rey, if you were like a good person and you'd found Rey, you could have screwed her. Literally, Billy?
Yeah. Oh, not to mention, I love that. I love the fact that it's that Kylo Ren can't actually really use Force sense.
No,
It's like Han Solo has arrived on the planet. Han Solo is somewhere in this chamber. Han Solo is right behind me. I don't know.
Well, one of the things that confuses me about Kylo Ren, really in the beginning of the film, was I thought he was a complete and utter badass. And I do mean a badass.
Yeah.
He stopped
a blaster bolt.
Now, I've got to explain this to the people. We're not talking stopped as in what Vader did. We are talking stopped as in literally stopped in mid-fucking air.
It's like he time-stopped that area.
And then you think, well, okay, this guy could be the reason that Luke went away. This guy could take on Luke. And then you slowly see the petulant moron.
Yeah, the real Kylo Ren comes through, and the fact that the first sign there's something wrong, really something wrong, is when supposedly his subordinate military guy turns around and says, "Remember, don't let your personal issues get in the way of the leader's plan."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. And that's the first time I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it could have worked if it was sort of Kylo Ren has no testicles. He can't have. I'm sorry. He is the son of fucking Han Solo, and he has no testicles. It's a crime.
You know what's worse?
What?
He's the son of Han Solo and Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, because...
who became Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And this guy can't command a single starship. As far as I can tell.
Yeah.
His command abilities are so minimal. It's just like, do you need somebody to interrogate? Well, I got Force Persuasion for that.
And also, there were so many callbacks to Vader.
Yeah.
With the way he did things, with the actual interrogation device, it was sort of, wow, couldn't you, get the other half?
Yeah, exactly.
If you ever watched Return of the Empire Strikes Back, there is two halves of a device, and basically you sit in one half and you get sort of
electric.
It's sort of a mini sandwich toaster with sort of, and then you think, well, you couldn't get the other half.
Yeah, it was so clearly that. It's like, and also, but apparently without the effect, because just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Here's the bit I love. Here's the bit I love in the film. Every single hero, every single person who's in that one, it just requires Kylo Ren to use Force Persuasion on them, because
and it never works.
Nope.
I'm sorry, it never works. And the Force Persuade joke. I have got to say, the Persuade joke for Rey was hilarious. It's not. it's not hilarious. It was. You could see it coming a mile off.
Yeah.
But you didn't mind.
Yeah, she was going to attempt to do that, and you were just like, okay, she's not that good at it.
She's not that good at it, but what worried me about it was that, hang on, Kylo Ren is saying she's testing her powers. Well, I'm sorry, if she's testing her powers, why did you leave her?
And here's another thing. She's testing her powers.
Yeah.
I can't sense that.
Yeah.
There's no other Force sensitives in the area.
It just boggles the mind how stupid Kylo Ren is.
Yeah. And Kylo Ren had one guard for the Jedi.
Oh. Yeah. And also, I love the bit where it's drop your weapon. I will drop my weapon as I walk away.
Yeah, it's just, and I'll drop my weapon.
Yeah, you think, wait, what? What? Fuck?
Yeah, and also, not to mention, another funny thing.
Yeah.
Which, once you've drawn attention to it, is actually ridiculous.
Go on.
Okay, what were they doing on Han's freighter when she was looking for Finn? After he got grabbed by the monster?
I don't know.
She was looking at the camera system.
Yeah. Oh no.
The camera system in the interrogation room to say that this person escaped?
Dude, that was an Imperial Star Destroyer, unless I was mistaken. That they were on.
Yep, and no camera system.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
So the Jedi prisoner had no camera system.
Well,
of course.
Well,
even outside the door.
Didn't they learn from the previous one?
No. So Han Solo's cargo ship had a better security system.
Yeah, it's Han Solo though.
Yeah, but he must have got those cameras from some retailer somewhere.
Yeah. You sort of think, well, why?
It's remarkably easy. It's like this one guard
that's
inside the room. Oh well, she can get out now.
And I love that. Drop your weapon. I will drop my weapon.
Yeah, I'll drop my weapon. It just wanders off. Yeah.
Then just wanders off. And I hope that stormtrooper lives, because he deserves to live.
Well, they can. Oh, but he does deserve to live. But the thing is, any number of people could have lived, because I don't think we've mentioned this so far. Actually, have we mentioned this on this? Okay, this may be a repeat.
Go
on. We were talking about this in the car, I believe. The planet is destroying itself.
Yeah.
The main base that general guy talks to the hologram who says, pick up Kylo Ren and come to my location to complete his training.
Yeah.
It's really far away, and yet, moments after the fight is over, and just before the ground apparently just falls into the fiery pit, Kylo Ren, we presume, was grabbed.
Yes.
By the general guy, and then apparently they flew off. How did he get there?
I don't know.
One of the problems of not having a portable communications thing is the fact that you have to go to the main base's hologram room, and then when the guy says get the guy who's just about to die, you have to go back there.
Yeah, but sort of gets a little bit worse, mate. It really does, because if you think about it, meetings must be a pain in the fucking ass.
Absolutely. You have to travel to the main throne area on that planet to discuss anything.
Yeah. And you sort of think...
At least Sidious sends things to starships.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, let's lay out our problems with... Our biggest problem with this. Kylo Ren.
It's not the only problem. There are others.
Bigger problems?
Kylo Ren... Okay, and they're not bigger problems, but they are still problems. For instance...
True.
There is... every single Republic ship was on Coruscant.
Yeah, what?
Given hyperspace technology, none of them could hyperspace in to help them destroy the weapon which is going to kill everybody.
Yeah,
Not
what?
A Corellian Corvette.
No,
That's one of the problems, because it means the battle scenes are so tiny.
Yeah,
Just several Star Destroyers worth of TIE fighters could have taken out their entire assault force.
I just made another stupid mistake. Oh fuck, I'm back here.
Not to mention, since when were X-Wings able to precise shoot stormtroopers? I know you can alter the power variance because I've done that when I've been playing the start. I've seen you do that when you play TIE Fighter.
Yeah. But
still,
they've changed TIE fighters a bit, by the way.
Oh, they have, yeah.
It's sort of confusing as fuck.
And also,
well, they spent a bit more money on them.
They have, yeah. They look better. But also, what's wrong with the Lambda class shuttle?
I don't know.
Because they have these weird gull-winged things, which seemingly can't hold many troops.
Yeah, oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it just doesn't make that much sense. And then you think about it, it's just like, well, why are you doing that? Of all things.
Not to mention, and this is something that was completely belittled in the actual film, but is pretty broken as a concept itself.
What?
Given the fact that the and shows how the Empire the New Order didn't actually need to bother with a super weapon.
Go on.
Given the amount of forces that it was fighting, they had a shield that encompassed the entire planet.
Yeah, I gotta admit, the trick about getting past the shield, that was clever. That was some Star Trek level bullshit.
It is, yeah. Technically, it works.
Yeah, technically.
At that particular point, you're not in normal space, so you go straight through.
Yeah.
But they didn't think anyone would be crazy enough to have to go low enough to come out of hyperspace like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made a super powerful weapon that powered by the sun.
Yeah, something that a Bond villain would smile and go, yes. Where are your plans for this?
Yeah, and again, extended universe. I love that. It's just like, oh, that's not like the Star Forge at all.
No.
Oh well, but they also have they've made a shield the equivalent of the Coruscant defense shield.
Now let's talk
again. Why didn't they raise it?
True. Now I'm going to sort of change subjects a little.
Yeah.
Apparently, everybody thinks Finn is a bit of a waste of time.
I disagree.
I can disagree, but I can also agree. He is the crappy comic relief.
He is, but he's also one of the deadlier characters.
Yeah, it's sort of confusing because there are no characters apart from Kylo Ren that you don't love. And this is the funniest thing. I support the Galactic Empire. My name of the YouTube you're watching this on is Thrawn 1. One of the greatest leaders of the Galactic Empire since Sidious. And I don't support the New Order.
No.
How do you do that?
I also don't support the Resistance either, because the Resistance is one of the least defined entities of all time.
Yeah, true, but
Is Resistance.
I support whoever wants to kill Kylo Ren.
Me too. Because in the end, he is. Here's what he is. And this is all the things he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
He is a comic relief character.
Yes.
He is the petulant child when he should be the commanding Force guy.
Well, he should be the people. Well, the only reason stormtroopers walked the other way. This was quite a funny thing. They walked the other way when they thought he was having a temper tantrum. And literally, I have seen toddlers with more control than Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Kylo Ren is told information like, well, there was a girl, and they took the droid. And there was a girl. So instantly, he's got it by the throat. It's just like, really?
And it was just like, there was a pussy? Yeah, it's just like, someone did not want to screw me? How can this be?
Yeah, Kylo Ren as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's just, the temper tantrums are stupid.
Yeah, if he was the kind of person who was like, okay, I'm Kylo Ren, I am basically the son of Han Solo, why am I not getting all the pussy? That would have actually been a better motivation. I don't know why, but it would have worked. If the motivation was I hadn't got a chance to date Rey,
it would work better.
It would work.
Nebulous motivation of wanting to be evil.
With Vader, you understood because in the second film, he wanted to take down the Emperor. When you see that why he turned to the dark side, he wanted to save Padme. With Kylo Ren, someone stuck a stick up his arse, and nobody's bothered to get it out. The only person who tried got a lightsaber through his gut.
That's it, yeah, that's pretty.
And that was Han fucking Solo. He has no fans in the fandom at all.
He's killed. Yeah,
it's like,
you know what's but here's the thing about.
No. Let me say this. If you travel to the Star Wars universe and have one sniper rifle round, and you can travel to 2 different times, and have 2 different targets, but only have 1 shot, Jar Jar Binks or Kylo Ren, before he was Force enabled.
Kylo Ren.
They would give the honour of killing Kylo Ren to Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
I,
All is forgiven.
all is forgiven, Jar Jar. You have not fucked up that royally. I am sorry, but
Here's the problem.
you
I shouldn't be
should.
laughing at the Sith Lord, and I'm laughing at the Sith Lord. I shouldn't be pitying the Sith Lord for being such an incompetent douche, but I am.
I'm sorry, Revan would just slap him.
Anybody
HK
of
would just-
competence would slap him.
Yeah, it.
More than that, everybody does in the film.
Malik!
The main masters.
Malik! Well, no,
Malik,
I'm not.
the one who said I just follow. Malik, the one who said I was just following your footsteps, and it's just when talking to Revan. Well, in following those footsteps, he did better than Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Kylo Ren, though, is the fact that I pity him for being an incompetent douche. I pity the Sith Lord.
You pitied him until he did one thing.
Yeah?
Kill Han Solo. Didn't you?
At that point, he was just a douche.
Yeah, he was just someone you didn't want to live any longer.
But the thing about that scenario, which I said before, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
The whole thing where he says, "Well, I've got to reconcile the fact that I'm torn between two things," and I was just like, "This is Kylo Ren. He doesn't have a good side. He only has the douche side."
The douche side is strong in this one.
Not to mention the fact that there is only one patented way to kill someone in Star Wars with a lightsaber. Actually two, and the way the lightsaber is, and the first one is through the heart.
Or chop off the head.
Yeah, there's no other way of killing someone. So, and the way the lightsaber was set up, it was just like, Han, you know what's going to happen here. Just back away.
Just back away and let Chewie bowcast him. And I love what Chewie did.
Yeah.
It was the fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You killed my best friend, you dick. I don't care if he was your son. You're his son. You're a dick.
Yeah. And also, unfortunately, after that, he didn't have the mask on, which meant that any of the official, thing with him going, "Well, I don't know what you mean," thing was also gone.
Yes.
We were just left with Kylo Ren.
He is so pathetic.
He is. He's reprimanded by.
I'm sorry. You think he's not the biggest problem with this film? He is the biggest problem with this film.
He is the biggest. Oh, I don't doubt that he's the biggest problem. There are others. For instance, the rest of the galaxy doesn't exist in this film.
That doesn't matter.
It does. It does because you could get reinforcements from anywhere, for instance.
True.
The Empire would be attacking other places. What's going on everywhere? We don't know.
But what annoys me the most is that you sort of look at the basic idea of the film, and then you think, well, okay, you've got a good base there. That's great. That's fine. But then you look at it and think, well, you've sort of screwed yourself there by it's not that Kylo Ren is... He is just overburdened with incompetent rage.
He is. That's really what he was. But the thing is, that guy who's overburdened with incompetent rage manages to take out all the other students and apparently force Luke to retreat and then give up on...
If somebody said he wanted to be the next Revan,
I'd understand that.
I'd understand that. I'd respect that.
But
Yeah,
Darth Vader...
Now, why are we going on this Darth Vader thing again? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Well, there are other Sith that have been mentioned. What's wrong with him trying to be Plagueis?
Sidious.
Or Plagueis?
Well, yeah, we know approximately dick about Plagueis. Oh no, Rob.
That can't be Plagueis. You think the Snow Guy is?
Why not?
Well, they did say he could regenerate himself. He apparently found a way to stop himself from dying.
Yeah, it's an idea.
It's an idea I would like to see because that means you're dealing with a Sith Lord.
It works, but it works in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do want to see it, but I want to.
I want to see it done. I would want to see it done well.
Yes.
If you're going to do that, because you're essentially ruining Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, you are, and there are so many things about this film that now.
Yeah, and you know another thing that occurred to me?
Go on.
You want starfighters to attack a place, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just get some budget Stead 95s? You got the pilot.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what's wrong with that. One thing's wrong with that film. The rest of the universe, aside from those planets, doesn't exist. It's just like and that's what Star Wars isn't generally. Star Wars has a lot of other things happening.
Yeah, it does.
I know nothing about about that universe in the end, and that's one of the reasons why rewatching it will be actually not the most interesting thing.
Quite. It sort of. I don't want to buy the DVD.
I'm hesitant.
Yeah, how do you do that? Now, I must admit, J.J. Abrams... I have only liked one of his other Star Trek. When he rebuilt Star Trek.
You didn't like the Khan one?
I didn't like the Khan one. He ruined Khan.
He did ruin Khan, but the problem is, the way he did it was wrong.
Yes.
Because he didn't have all the augments. He just had one augment.
Yeah. Now, let's actually...
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Let's actually talk about J.J. Abrams' directing style in this. It screams J.J. Abrams, and I don't care.
No, I'm fine with J.J. Abrams' style because I've seen the Star Trek film, and the Star Trek film was like Star Wars, and I'm like, yeah, I'm aware it's like Star Wars, but it's good.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about Abrams is that he can't seem to reconcile that he is a Star Wars fan, and it shows.
Yeah, there's details that, like we said with the extended universe, that where he literally cannot stop referring to it.
No. And
no matter what anybody tells him, he is enough of a Star Wars fan that it's not possible for him to get it out of his DNA, which is why there are things you're like, okay,
yeah.
But so that is a good point in the fact that he does try and treat it with respect, whereas we've seen some other franchises where that is not the case.
Quite. Some of the franchises that people have tried to rebuild, and you look at them and go, well, what was the point in trying to rebuild it? You didn't do anything new. But with some of the franchises, with this one, yeah, okay, I can see where they were going with it. But
the flaws are very much there.
Huge and tumultuous flaws, and it sort of I am very sad.
I am very sad. One thing I don't understand this still, and this is something that at the end of the film, near the end of the film, when they're on the planet,
yeah.
How come there are so few stormtroopers?
For God's sakes, they even did a trench run.
Oh yeah, why?
Why?
Why would
do something new?
Yeah, do something new or have it make sense. Why was there a trench full of guns when the area around that had about 3 turbo lasers?
Yeah,
What about that trench was so important?
You look at it and you think, well, what is the point? The problem is that if J.J. Abrams said to Timothy Zahn, we cannot have Thrawn but write the film with me, we would have something that would rival Shakespeare in the Star Wars universe. Because Timothy Zahn, let's put it this way, Timothy Zahn made the expanded universe.
He did.
He made so many of the tropes of the expanded universe, it's not even funny. He made Moral Jade. He made The Remnant.
He made really the New Republic in the flesh more than it has, because people just kind of referred to it.
Yeah.
To a large extent.
And you sort of think, well,
made it a thing.
Yeah, and then you think about it, it's just like, well, are you seriously saying that? I think the problem with J.J. Abrams is that he thinks he needs to be clever.
Yeah.
You saw Alias. We've got the bloody seasons, don't you?
I do, and they're mostly unwatched simply because it's Alias. And as American Dad says, well, yes, but that concept gets old fast, as Alias shows.
Well, let's put it this way: Chuck is not a difficult concept. You have somebody with a computer in the brain, and it can do things. End of concept.
And it's a geek, somebody you would normally not expect to have those abilities.
Quite, and somebody who can call out the tropes, and it works. With Alias, I thought when I first saw it, oh, this might be good, and it was a load of garbage.
It's got some good points, but it's also got some bad points.
Some?
Oh, by the way, here's another point that actually came up as well.
Go on.
Okay. I don't know much about the new Star Wars universe, right?
Right.
But what about the female to be Jedi to be?
Rey.
Specifically said Rey. Rey. Specifically said scavenger.
Yeah, I know where you're going with.
Random stormtrooper guard said, "Well, for you, scavenger, I'm going to tighten your restraints."
And
Several times, I believe, it's mentioned.
it doesn't.
Or at least.
Yeah, I know.
Suddenly, once specifically, maybe a second time, and I'm going for like, well, wow, how does that work?
They are going for a specific archetype that annoys me.
Yeah, it's the independent woman who doesn't really need any help, but actually.
No, it's not that.
Accept it.
It's not that. It's when you see her sitting next to Chewie in the Falcon, and then you realise what they did.
They made a female Han?
Yes.
Effectively, yeah, that's why Chewie likes her.
It's a female Han.
And it's the intuition with the ship as well.
Intuition with the ship. Intuition with the Force. It just doesn't work. People have been saying she is either Luke's daughter or Leia's and Han's. Or perhaps there was some really sick incest.
Well, if you read Splinter of the Mind's Eye, then it's possible.
Could be. But yeah, it annoys me because she is a good character. I would read a book about her that wasn't connected at all with the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, something else occurred to me, which it's based on the planet where she lived, right?
Jakku,
right. What was one of the things about Jakku?
It had an Imperial Star Destroyer.
And an AT-AT Walker.
Yeah.
And a crashed X-Wing.
Yeah.
And everything else under the sun. Well, what does that imply in terms of the kind of forces that would be available in the general universe, and the fact that this one planet had that on it?
Metric shit ton.
Why did we not see this stuff? They show all these ruined stuff, and then you're like, okay, well, that was one hell of a battle, but
I know where you're going with this. I do, and it's sort of. I
wouldn't mind if it was an isolated sector in the end. That would make sense.
It would. It really, really would. But it's not.
Oh yeah, and speaking of isolated sectors, an entire sector of the galaxy didn't have a map. Saw how big the gap was.
Yeah, I
just found that funny because until then I was like, look, a little area of space, that's fine, and wow, that's a large part of the galaxy.
Yeah, you sort of think about it and you think, well, what's... The one thing that annoys me about it is that you look at it and you think, well, Star Wars has such a breadth of things that it does so well.
Yeah.
And sometimes people get them wrong. Let's not even talk about the real the death of Chewie.
Okay, the death of Chewie, which in the extended universe is done
legendary.
Him.
It is legendary how bad it is. It's like, okay, you want to kill off a beloved character. Doing it like that is dumb as fuck.
It's so stupid because there's no way it would work. He's pushing the moon. He's stopping the moon impacting by pushing it like...
I must admit, they gave Han Solo a proper hero. Well, I don't think...
Yeah. I know, it wasn't... it wasn't quite a hero's one because
Yeah.
it was so obvious that having the lightsaber set up like that was a bad
Yeah. If he was saving someone, it would have been better if he was saving someone, and no, it just didn't work.
I'd actually prefer it if Kylo Ren maybe attempted to attack him, and then Han Solo kind of saved him at the expense of his own life.
Yeah.
Which shows him sacrificing, and Kylo Ren has an option of...
One of the things that annoyed me was that turning back to the light side. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was just like you'll turn back to... You'll turn back to the light side if you don't. I'm afraid you might turn back to the light side. It's like, well, there's no chance of that because he just said, look, I don't like you at the Academy, and slaughtered them all.
It just... The film is just so... They have got to do work with the trailer. They have got to do work with the trailer for the next film. I mean, they have got to do work. It is...
Really work. Oh, yeah, and one other thing as well.
Go on.
And this is something which the legendary universe has actually pointed out.
Yeah.
It's Luke is not the last Jedi. There is another.
Well, no, it sort of screams it when Han dies. Leia looks sad.
Yeah, Leia has been shown to be just as Force
sensitive as Luke.
So, about it, she could have tried training herself.
Or well, let's put it this way. Had Luke taken 2 seconds to put 2 brain cells together, he would have trained her first.
Exactly, because he could trust her.
With the help of Han.
Yeah, exactly. That would have made sense, and then you could have had her doing some lightsaber stuff and kind of some mentoring.
Yes.
But instead, she's completely clueless about it. And general?
It doesn't work. The whole story is so... There is something about it that just screams sloppy. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. It's totally is. I mean, it's an example is it is a very self-contained universe.
Yeah.
The same characters are encountered again and again. The same planets are encountered. Not only that, the same ships are encountered again and again.
Yeah. You sort of think about it and you think, well, wait, what?
It's so self-contained. And that's not what Star Wars does. Star Wars will show a planet and show a couple of weird aliens.
Yeah.
And then showed them for no other reason
Oh,
than to
and-
show that they exist.
They had a cantina scene.
Yes.
If you are trying to make a new film, why are you going for a cantina scene?
Why are you having Han going into a cantina even more as well?
Yeah, well,
And being called out for being Han Solo.
yeah,
And also, that Han Solo, there are any other Han Solos?
I don't know.
What was that even about? It was just like, he's so famous that it should have been the case of, you're Han Solo.
I must admit, the 14 parsecs joke was hilarious.
Yeah, I do like that because he bragged about it before and it's still a sore point.
12 parsecs.
14.
14.
Yeah. It's
Um,
like his legend has got distorted.
yeah. But not in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, it would, because nobody believes the 12.
Yes. Yeah, he claimed it was 12 parsecs.
Yeah.
And everybody said he was fastest, but he always said 12.
Yeah.
One other funny thing I found was
What?
Han Solo's choice of ship after Millennium Falcon.
An Imperial Star Destroyer?
It looked like some kind of dreadnought-sized freighter, but he went from the Millennium Falcon to that.
Yeah. It.
And not to mention, most of his crew were eaten by the creature.
Yeah,
And he was fine with
There is something about that just doesn't sit right with me, and I can't. They wrote Han wrong, didn't they?
it. Yeah.
Or is it just me?
No, it's not just you. It's just that Han would have been a far more successful trader,
Yeah.
but he would be, and he would have a fast, light ship.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's a bit tired.
But the thing about it is, he's got a big ship and he's doing cargo haulage.
Yeah, it.
And no, but yeah, they did write him slightly wrong. There's something about him that isn't quite right.
Yeah.
There are bits that are, like him providing the gun and her saying, well, all you need to do is aim and fire, and he was like, you have a lot to learn.
Yeah. And you look at how Han Solo. Harrison Ford has nothing to be ashamed of with his role in that film. Not
He
a
did
single thing.
script. Even the lines that are really bland, he'd added extra depth to them.
Yes, he had his own style, which is impressive. It is goddamn impressive that he did that. It is almost legendary, that kind of acting skill. But
Definitely, yeah. It's the role he was given that doesn't quite fit.
yeah, it just doesn't hit the mark.
Yeah. Also, is it just me? How many years have passed since Return of the Jedi?
I'd say 20.
You think 20, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking
You?
about that myself, actually. Yeah, about that.
Because
douchey Kylo Ren.
20, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even around at the end of Return of the Jedi, so yeah.
No.
But then the Rebel fleet isn't around. And also, they're still using X-Wings and stuff like that, which is...
Upgraded. You've got to say they're
upgraded.
They have been. They don't have the need for outside intervention to get their R2s in.
No, that's true. Now they have that, but he doesn't. Yeah, now they kind of fire up there. And I did like the side cannon.
Yes, basically, you could tell that Han Solo was in the planning department.
Yeah, he said you need the pop-up cannon.
Yeah.
There are bits I like, bits I don't like. One of the main bits I like is the way that stormtroopers are now being fleshed out and are real.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that is a good thing, but
there are things which are laughable as well, fairly laughable as well, and that's a bad thing. Kylo Ren is the guy you pity because in the end he just
you pity him for 65% of the film. Then you want to find a gun and kill him yourself.
Because he's killed a much better character and all you're left with is Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
For a longer period of time, it's just like, you just killed Han Solo. He was doing his best.
You just killed Han Solo. If you put Han Solo into sort of a coma,
or
the
thing I thought they might do actually,
carbonite
is not carbonite.
Go on.
It does have have Rey have to do some force healing. Well, in the end, it makes about as much sense as her learning force persuasion in no time at all.
Quite.
It was just like, Jedi powers expanded. It's like, do you know how long it takes for Jedi to develop those abilities?
Luke Skywalker is going, what the fuck? No, Anakin Skywalker, not Luke.
Yeah, and Luke is actually.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Because Ben Kenobi, in that time, had only just started showing him how to be zapped by a training ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
And she's copying Kylo Ren's technique exactly.
Excuse me, I just gotta... Alright, just making... Thank you for that, mate. You can hear us too. Good. Yeah, it sort of screws with your mind how bad this film is.
Certain elements are bad, certain elements are good. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be certain bits where people just forward through.
Yeah. Well, frankly, I think YouTube is going to be a save here because basically everybody's going to look up the bits they love, and that is it.
And there's going to be the Kylo Ren Hall of Shame.
If I could get away with it, if I could get away with it, I would.
Yeah, just to make it clear, we're not just hating on Kylo Ren. He is a linchpin, supposedly a linchpin to the plot, and he is the weakest of all the characters.
Yeah. He is not only the weakest, he is the stupidest of all the characters in the... I think Jar Jar Binks has more intelligence. This is how bad it is.
Yeah. Aside from his amazing ability to know a stormtrooper from another.
Yeah, which... what the fuck? Why?
Yeah, power of plot. Apparently one of his force powers is the fact that he can actually know what their individual ID number is.
And? Somebody with an iPad could work that out. I'm sorry. What is your role in this film? Other than being a complete tool?
Yeah.
Other than being a complete tool, I don't know what he does.
Nothing, as far as I can tell.
Kylo Ren. Oh, by the way, I'm currently stuck. I'm on the ship graveyard.
Oh yeah, the worms, yeah, that's right.
The worms, right, I've got the thing that looks like a power coupling.
Yep.
I've got the thing that looks like a water heater.
That's the third one as well, isn't there?
And I got the thing that looks... I haven't got the thing that looks like a... sort of like a speaker.
Have you been to all the wreckage? Because there's only certain wreckage you can get to.
I think I have. Let me check. Oh, crap.
I'd force speed it across and dodge left and right.
Yeah. Hang on. There we go. I've got the water heater. This is the problem. If I'm talking about a game, or I should be talking about the film, you've done something wrong. For God's sakes, let's talk about the Deadpool trailer.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That was good.
That great irresponsibility.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't want my suit green or animated.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, wait, what?
Yeah, that was actually that. And
Oh God, I forgot you've got
I hadn't seen
the what trailer?
Civil War.
Oh yeah, the Civil War trailer for Captain Man. Yeah, Captain Man.
Captain Man probably exists, actually.
Yeah, some crappy comic somewhere probably.
Captain Galaxy exists, because remember Captain Proton was going to be called Captain Galaxy?
Yeah.
But the guy who was Captain Galaxy claimed copyright.
Why?
I have no idea, because nobody remembers Captain Galaxy, but apparently no, they said you can't do that.
Yeah.
He complained, so they had to use Proton.
I think I've got one more left. Yes.
Yeah,
only one.
Drive and
Yeah, only one ship part can be carried from.
as I recall, they actually respond to grenades.
It doesn't matter. I'm getting to that engine part.
Oh yeah, only one ship that you can't. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's to stop you going around and then just taking them all back.
The problem I have with Kylo Ren is that, well, the problem I have with the whole film is that none of the characters are the characters you fell in love with.
No, Leia has become a general and distant. Han
has become
a kind of freighter captain who's just given up, effectively.
Well, I think Han and Leia gave up.
Yeah, and it was because of the whole Jedi Academy thing.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, hang on, wait. You fought against a tyrannical dictator.
Yeah.
For how long?
And rescued somebody and threatened somebody with a thermal detonator. Went to Jabba's palace with a thermal detonator and to get him out of carbonite. But apparently, the whole thing with Kylo Ren was
too much. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I don't think Disney understand what they've done. Letting
I don't think Abrams is really to blame so much.
I don't.
Partly to blame.
He is partly to blame, but
writers.
He wrote part of the script as well.
Part of it, but I think the other people who wrote the other part didn't really understand it either.
True, but
no, he bears a large amount of responsibility for this. I'm not, but in the end, some other people had to say yes.
Yes, I can totally agree with you on this. It's sort of, you look at it and you think, well, why are you doing this? Why are you?
Yeah. Why is the scope? Why you're limiting the Star? Here's one thing I really don't understand about this, and I would ask J.J. Abrams if I actually met him.
Yeah.
Okay, the original Star Wars films, including the prequels.
Yeah.
But particularly for the first ones, had very limited technology.
Yes.
Which meant it was very difficult to make areas, and despite that, they have huge vistas, beautiful planets, many aliens, things happening. And in general, a galaxy going around doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
And it's particularly true with the first film, less so with the prequels because of technology. So this film the most limited of all the Star Wars?
It shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be, but it is.
I think they also redesigned some things for no good reason.
There are a few things that show up, and I'm like,
you sort of think, well, why did they even bother? I think they shouldn't have rebranded the Empire so much.
No.
I think that.
Why is the Empire the New Order? What's going on with that? And
if you had
only been 20 years.
Well, if you had that the Resistance was actually using old Empire tech.
I don't understand.
Sort of have it that the TIE fighters were fighting another Star Destroyer and the Star Destroyer was launching X-Wings. Then, yeah, that would make a lot of sense because the Rebels would take on the better equipment, wouldn't they?
And a lot of that is Empire, yeah.
A lot of that is Empire.
Yeah. The only reason they were using a lot of the Rebel stuff was because they couldn't get stocks of other things.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, why would you...
Why would you keep that when you have an affiliation with Coruscant, which should be able to supply you with new stuff?
And I'd rather have the Empire and the Remnant... It sort of screams too much of a rehash of Episode 4.
Yeah.
And
it is too much.
Episode 4 is not the one people love. It's Episode 5.
Yeah.
And
Has the Empire in full glory doing ground assaults and stuff.
yeah, it's for the kids you have episode 4. For the adults who are really they're supposed to be the people you want to make this film for. The kids are your secondary, because the adults will take the kids along, won't they?
Exactly. Yeah. Which we saw. Taking kids along.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
It's not a kids' film so much because of
no.
It's also not an adult film because there are enough plot flaws, and any time that Kylo Ren's in the
Kylo Ren,
Kylo Ren, you're just looking at it, it's like what are you doing? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, you're trying to make Kylo Ren somebody that you'd fear in a dark alley. I deck him, and I'm not that strong.
Yeah, you would. That's the thing, because
you'd deck him.
Yeah,
I'm not insulting you there, mate. You would. My cat, with no lightsaber, would deck him.
Stormtroopers. The fact that the stormtroopers that are supposedly inferior to the boss could take him on better. Could take people on better than him.
Yeah. It's a cringing moment when you think that Kylo Ren, if you had him at the Anakin stage in episode 2, where he was cocky but slightly dumb, he would be... That would make a lot of sense. But you've got him at the stage where he's a cocky shit, and he just thinks he's a cocky shit, and nobody's there to tell him that he's dumb. And even the person who tells him that he's dumb is sort of slightly guarded, because... for God's sake, when Vader did something dumb...
He was reminded of it.
He was reminded of it. Okay, the person who reminded him of it killed him. Was killed.
Yeah.
But...
He's still reminded. With Kylo Ren, it's just like people just back away and go, okay, I'll let you destroy some consoles.
Yeah, I would rather have had Kylo Ren on a tighter leash.
Yeah.
Then...
Instead of him just running throughout the galaxy, apparently just doing whatever he feels.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I lost you for a minute.
You did? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't actually saying anything. Okay. Yeah, it's but yeah, he is running rampant throughout the galaxy with the military guy going, Kylo Ren, what are you doing?
Can you talk for a minute? I've got to sort out with the cat.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, pretty much okay, so I would say the film has its good points and its bad points. Compared to a normal film, I would say it would stand up well. However, it's being judged on the standards of a Star Wars film. And that's where the problem comes in, because from a Star Wars film point of view, it could be better. And that really... You can't... I don't know, you can't really... Yes, you judge it maybe a bit too harshly, but you judge it compared to what the quality of the previous ones. And yeah, that's in the end, it's got to stand up to them. And I know that's difficult to ask any director to do, but this one doesn't in several critical ways, which really kill it from a potential of how rewatching that film is not something that I'm going to be doing, except, and well, if I do, then I will be forwarding past certain scenes. And I shouldn't be forwarding as standard forwarding past scenes in Star Wars, but I will be. So, no, I think it's, yes, it will be judged harshly, but they're going to need to convince people to come to the second film at the cinema in 3D. Some people are going to need to convince some people. Like I talked to somebody today, and they said it was really good. Now I'm not saying it's not good, and even compared to normal ones, yeah, there's a lot of good points. There's a lot of good points where you're just like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. But compared to Star Wars, the other Star Wars, except to a certain extent for Phantom Menace, the Phantom Menace has more polish, I think. The scenes fit together and make sense more. And what the people are doing makes sense more in Phantom Menace. They're maybe very little action, but in the end, they are still making sense. They are still making sense and not being as douchey in the end. Because it's called the dark side, not the douche side, but apparently some people haven't heard of that. Okay, yeah. Here's another thing that I was gonna point out. Okay. At one point, you have the X-wing. You have the X-wings notice that Han Solo's blown a sizable hole using the explosives in the capacitor, in the planet beam capacitor thing. But anyway, they notice that, and they attempt to go down the trench to do some damage. But what actually happens is there's covering fire from many, and then one of them goes in. But the thing is, more of them were attempting to do that, and just having one X-wing circling around in the inside of not a very large facility at all, when you're running a very fast X-wing, is just hilarious because it's just shooting stuff and things are exploding, and then it neatly, miraculously flies out the very small hole which it could barely fit for in the first place.
Right, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was just talking about the X-wing that miraculously flew into that building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun when it was just like, first of all, how the hell did you fly in there? And second of all, given the speed of the X-wing and the size of the structure, how are you not crashing?
Well,
and miraculously fly out the end.
it's more the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I've seen video games which do the Millennium Falcon better.
Exactly. I mean, it's an example of how the Millennium Falcon's done better is X-Wing Alliance.
Oh yeah. It's the first game you ever got to pilot the damn thing properly. And let's not even start talking about how they screwed it up in Battlefront.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon is not a slow vehicle.
Apparently it is, though, yeah.
Yeah, it handles like a truck. And it's like, oh no, why did you have to do this? The Millennium Falcon is a classic. It's like the Enterprise NCC-1701.
Yeah, with all the orange nacelles.
I prefer the refit myself, but that's just me.
Yeah, I prefer the other one, but maybe that's because I just prefer the classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just scenes where you have things like that where you're just like, a space just warped.
Yeah.
Particularly when it actually highlights the fact that Kylo, the fact that the whole thing with Han,
Yeah.
where you see how far he walks across,
Yeah.
and then an X-wing's flying around in that.
Yeah, and you sort of think, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You.
Not to mention the limited amount of explosives that were taken along for that mission.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, they had way more.
They had charges, proper
Yeah.
charge packs that could blow out half a planet.
Exactly. Yeah. This is which they used, but in that one they just had. It's weird seeing a newer film actually being more frugal with its effects budget.
There's one reason
And
for that.
more limited. What's that?
You had to have Rey and Finn in the middle of the fight with evil douchebag.
Yeah, that's true. You had to do that. And they had to be this in a completely different place. But
Yeah.
in the
If
end,
you had the original films thing, they'd all be dead.
yeah, that's true. It would have been leveled,
Including evil douchebag.
destroyed.
But the death of Han over evil douchebag would still be a glorious death. If you sort of get my meaning. Oh crap.
Yeah,
No,
and also
yeah.
I would have had maybe Han Solo having the pistol, but not expecting to use it.
Yeah.
And then when he's stabbed by Ren, he's he actually he reflexively fires.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, the problem with it is that Kylo Ren is one of those characters that nobody is going to dress up this Halloween as Kylo Ren.
No.
Unless they want to get beaten to death.
Yeah. There's no
Because-
reason to. He hasn't done anything spectacular.
You dress up as Iron Man because
No.
Iron Man's fucking awesome. You dress up as Captain America because Captain America is fucking awesome. You dress up as Kylo Ren if you want to get beaten up.
Yeah. If you want to say, look, I identify with this douche. Because he hasn't done anything impressive.
I'm sorry.
A lot negative.
If he'd kept the mask on,
Now that would have been scarier, but as soon as he took
Yeah.
the mask off as well, that ruined it.
it does.
And that ruin thing is going to continue throughout the next film.
I think somebody could make a really pretty penny in the Lucasfilm franchise division. If they go, fuck Han getting... if Kylo Ren kills Han hand shot first. Yeah,
that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking with that. So certainly not that's level, but that would be good. Because where he actually is cautious.
Yeah.
He's trying.
Yeah.
Instead of just, oh, I totally trust my son who went and killed everyone. Plunge the galaxy into darkness. And how exactly did Kylo Ren plunge the galaxy into darkness?
Took out a light bulb.
Apparently, accidentally took out a light bulb. But apparently he's the big threat who has been... Well, as has been said, the dark side is spreading.
Why?
I don't know. Given when you meet the leaders, why is a very good question.
You sort of think, well, who are you and why do I care? Sort of thing.
I cared more about the Thrawn type guy.
Yeah.
He did more in the film, for one thing, and he was just much more willing to. I was much willing to follow him.
Yeah. Than any of the other douches. It's sort of, wow. You want me to sort of like this dude, and well, I don't know what. Oh, I just killed myself with a lift.
Oh, it can happen, yeah.
Yeah, it can happen.
It can also save you though, because in Star Wars Droid Works, I actually had an assassin droid that was stuck in a lift, but came down, and that saved my droid from being effectively destroyed and killed.
Oh, nice.
It pinned him in place, and I carried on going. You're supposed to have to run from the assassin droid and use some of your droid's abilities, and I was just like, no, don't worry. The droid's stuck under a clipping, practically no clipping lift.
Yeah, well, Star Wars.
But then Star Wars Droid Works can't add a gun at any point, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Droid on droid combat is actually perfectly acceptable for droids.
Yeah.
It's everything about harming humans generally. So encounter droids would seem to imply that it's in the end, yeah, I think I don't know, I'd say
I really think that
yeah, go on.
That everybody who's said that this film is the best thing ever hasn't rewatched the original Star Wars movies and hasn't understood that they were classics for a reason. I'm not saying they're sort of 2001 Space Odyssey classic. They're not that good. They are popcorn classics that basically deserve a lot of respect for what they did at the time. Now,
it's not just what they did at the time; it's the characters and things like
that.
Yeah, which is the thing that survived more, and to a certain extent, 2001 has some issues in the fact that it actually has less story. So
yeah, true, but
I just don't see it. It needs more than the Star Wars name to make it Star Wars.
Quite. This is
I'm not sure this is a Star Wars, really.
No, it follows the Star Wars formula too well. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you sort of think, well,
Like,
yeah, you're following the Star Wars formula, but should you be? I was worried it would follow the Marvel formula, and actually I think it should have.
that would have helped in a way, because the Marvel formula at least allows everybody to share their strengths.
Yeah, it does.
And as it is, the comic relief showed his strength far too much in the fact that he was way too competent.
He was way too overpowered. Now, that...
Yeah.
Even though that doesn't seem like it should actually matter, it does.
Because it makes Kylo Ren just
Seem
a lot less
dumb.
No, yeah, dumb and underpowered, and
Yeah.
you're supposed to fear the guy and respect him, and I did neither.
And it's just like, wow, if I see you in a dark alley, I will start laughing. Not shitting my pants in terror.
Yeah, I'll beat you up and take your lunch money.
Yeah, and I do fancy that fucking lightsaber. It would go nice on my wall.
Yeah, not even use it, just on the wall.
Yeah, because it's like, it's a crap lightsaber. And
It is!
the lightsaber, I was expecting something more. Do you know what I mean? From that?
I was expecting... there are so... okay, here's what I was kind of expecting.
Go on.
More like the Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels.
Yes. Something clever with it. The combat was... The problem with the lightsaber combat was, A, that they did the problem that they did every single time. They did the combat in the dark.
Yeah, so you can't see the moves. That's a
Especially,
real problem.
especially when you've got 3D, don't do the combat in the dark. I know you want to, and I can sympathise, I can understand.
And
But
the lightsaber looks good when it glows in the darkness.
It really doesn't. One of the best Star Wars lightsaber battles is one from one of the worst film trilogies. That's how Episode 3's lightsaber battle is just like, it is something different. And you sort of think, well, it shouldn't work, but it does. And there's a reason, because it is lightsaber on lightsaber, and you are seeing hardcore full-on combat.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen somebody saying that neither of them were trained, and that's why it was such sloppy combat. Well, yeah, that doesn't mean that we can't see why the lightsaber now has hilts.
Yeah.
And what advantage that has.
Which we don't really see, except for the fact that he pushes it to the side and manages to cause an injury by that method. But that relies on having somebody pinned against a tree.
Yeah. And I'm just going to destroy a mouse droid. Oh, by the way, mouse droids are back.
I didn't see any.
Yeah. On the Empire ship.
Where was that?
When they were about to escape.
Okay. No, I didn't see that, actually.
Yeah, they're there. But also,
That's good.
one of the callbacks annoyed me.
Okay.
In the what's it called? Falcon. When Finn is looking through the medical supplies, he sees the bull droid. The training droid.
What?
The training droid.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it and I thought, oh, do you have to? Do you really have to show that?
Well, I noticed the obvious one when it's with the holographic chessboard.
Well, yeah, but that is clever compared to the
just shoving a prop there.
Yeah. Just shoving a prop there doesn't really do much. It just wow, you've just shoved a prop there. Congratulations, Marvel was you're sort of looking at it going, well, there are so many problems with this.
Not to mention the fact that there are so many problems. Not to mention one of the other problems being the fact that the Millennium Falcon just starts up after literally years.
And this is the ship that had so much difficulty starting up after a slight repair botch at what's it?
Hoth.
No, not Hoth. Well, yeah, Hoth.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, first, where's?
I've got to admit, one of the things I do love though is BB-88.
I do like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
More practical than R2.
He's got more personality, which is odd.
Yeah.
How?
He can look left and right,
and also swear.
Yeah.
And we are talking stick out the middle finger, and it was like,
exactly, yeah.
And it was like, oh wow, they've got the balls to do that, but.
Oh, it just reminded me of something.
What?
Talking of that. The ridiculous thing with R2 turning his power off for
what the hell? Well,
like
also, why did he come back on?
I have no idea. It's like the ball droid comes along and he didn't have the map at the time.
Yeah.
I have no. It was like, oh, I'm suddenly turned back on.
Yeah, well.
And it had been so long as well.
Yeah.
That it hadn't been turned on. That he had a dust cover over it, which was covered in dust, and people were using it as storage area.
Yeah, I
mean, you would have thought he'd be looking for Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, did you see the trailer? That confused me when I saw R2.
No.
The hand of Luke Skywalker next to R2. Yeah.
As they had in the vision.
Yeah. That was only put in the vision just for the trailer, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If Luke is in there more.
Yeah, and
also, where's Luke?
Scotland.
Yeah, it was like the entire thing was where's Luke Skywalker, and then it was like, hey look, it's Scar Ray. And Luke has apparently decided to take a meditative
retreat.
Retreat, yeah. And also, how did he get there? There was no starship or anything.
Walk?
Yeah, but he must have landed on the planet because it showed this.
No, island. Rob, island.
I know that. That's one of the problems. Did he swim over there?
Don't ask me.
Tiny island. I know. That's one of the problems, and that was one tiny island. What was he actually doing all that time? If I'm Ben Kenobi, because Ben Kenobi's on landlocked.
Well, what's even worse is he's got no Yoda place. By the way,
he hasn't.
We've seen the Yoda of the next episode early.
We did?
Yeah. Take 2 guesses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the little, yeah.
No.
The glasses.
No.
No.
Luke.
Luke is the Yoda, isn't he? Yeah. That's true, actually, yeah. It's that long have I trained Jedi. Although in this case it would be long have I tried to train Jedi, and then the douche factor took over with one of them and he killed them all.
Yeah. Long have I tried to train Jedi. Fucked up most of the time I have. Yoda comes in. Yes, you did. And then she goes, are his speech patterns always that fucking weird? And then Luke instinctively goes, yes, they did. Did you notice that Yoda was actually in that vision?
Yeah, he was. Because it was,
why?
It was on that planet. I have no idea.
What?
You know what I thought? What possible? It was supposed to be a link to the past with her kind of experiencing the visions of the lightsabers.
Yeah.
Bean.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't get it.
However, it was funny that after they had that, after
well, they also missed a crying opportunity.
Yeah.
When Rey had the Luke's lightsaber, have her say, that is Anakin's saber.
Yeah.
Even though it actually isn't.
Because it looks like it.
Because why does he want that saber? It's Luke's. Why does he give a fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
If it was Vader's,
original.
I'd understand.
He said it's mine. Yeah, it's mine by right, pretty much.
Yeah, and
but he doesn't care because he fought Luke and just said, "Yeah, I'm done with you."
Yeah, didn't kill him and take the lightsaber, and it's sort of, oh my god, why? Who wrote this script? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm going to insult the scriptwriters so much because I have read Chuck fanfiction. Well, I have wrote Chuck fanfiction that's worse than this.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, I've had Chuck go against, what was it? Knight Rider. Fucking Knight Rider, and that made more fucking sense.
Yeah, but it's little plot things like that lightsaber belongs to me because and it's just like it's not Darth Vader's lightsaber. Shut up.
No, if it was, then yeah. Or well, it would have even been better if it was Anakin's lightsaber, as in he found Anakin's lightsaber and modified it to be Kylo Ren's lightsaber. It was broken. He modified it, and that's how Kylo Ren's thing is. And it's like, no, it's his own. He's shit at making lightsabers then.
Yeah.
I want one that works without these stupid handles that I keep cutting my hands on. Boo hoo hoo. My daddy never loved me. Your daddy was fucking Han Solo. Shut the fuck up. At least your daddy wasn't Anakin Skywalker.
Did you notice something as well?
Go on.
You said Daddy didn't love you, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren actually said that.
I'm sorry, no,
Kylo Ren actually said, well, you were relying on my father, he will disappoint you.
Oh. I want to smash the actor's head in.
I think it was either to the Stormtrooper or to the female would be Jedi. But yeah,
I hate.
He did might actually...
Kylo Ren with such a passion right now.
He did actually do the whiny, well, it's just, well, Dad, it looks like you messed up.
It's just like, dude, he is Han motherfucking Solo.
Just
The goddamn Han Solo. You do not diss Han Solo. I don't care who the fuck you are. It's like Leia disses Han Solo. The fandom hates Leia now. Luke disses Han Solo. The fandom hates Luke now. Darth Vader disses Han Solo. The fandom hates Darth Vader now. You don't do this. Fuck you, Kylo Ren.
But when the commander of your forces is actually pretty much just a petulant child.
But a petulant child that notices something wrong and doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
What? I've seen psychopaths with more intelligence.
Well, psychopaths are not unintelligent generally. It's certainly not one is linked to the other necessarily. But yeah, he's not even a good psychopath. He's just like, well, Daddy didn't love me.
Oh, fuck you.
And just when you thought he couldn't get any shallower.
Yeah. He kills Han Solo. Han motherfucking Solo, the only dude who is more powerful in the cool stakes than goddamn Lando Calrissian. The only man.
It's difficult to beat Lando Calrissian just walking on the scene and just saying, "Hi, I'm Lando Calrissian."
Yeah, for God's sake, he did that in the fucking animated show, and basically he stole an episode for himself. It's like, you are fucking Lando Calrissian. You could sit there reading a fucking book about how to fix erectile dysfunction and nobody would care. The episode would still get widely praised. Literally.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I'm having a lightsaber battle against a Jedi, and it's harder than... Yep, I just defeated her, and it was quicker than... a lot more difficult than defeating Kylo Ren.
Which reminds me, just to fully explain what we mean by the game currently being played is Jedi Academy. Now, there's a character called Ross Pennon who, from the very start, is annoying you.
Yes.
Later on, incredibly so.
Yeah. Let's go. Lightning. Nope. There we go. And you sort of look at it and think, wow, I don't care. Because... Wait a minute, where the fuck do I go? Hello?
Hi, yeah, still there.
Oh right, yeah. I
don't know where you are.
Oh no, don't worry. I've found the place where I need to go. So.
In the end, it's not. In the end, as I was saying, when you're not there, it's compared to a normal sci-fi film. I'd say it's very good, but by the standards of Star Wars one,
it's pathetic.
It's lacking in the grandeur and it's lacking in the feel, I find.
I knew what they were trying to avoid, like the plague, doing another prequel trilogy. Well, I can't blame them.
But in doing so, they've gone completely the other way too much, really.
Yeah,
in the fact that nothing is new and innovative, really.
No.
When it comes to the main elements of the plot, it's just like super weapon.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think they did well with this film was the amount of visual effects that weren't
obviously visual effects.
Complete £190,000 CG scenes.
Yeah.
Unlike in the prequel trilogy where basically they were on green screen all the time. I would watch 100,000 hours of Jar Jar Binks to get Han Solo back.
Yeah, I do think his death was...
I think his death...
This guy had no return.
And if it has a return in the end, the Star Wars series is done. They can't do any more movies, period. They're not... Nothing Star Wars is going to ever make money again.
I don't even know what universe they would set stuff in.
Well, no, it's more... It's going to be a mass homage for the greatest sci-fi hero ever, because he's gone. The great Solo is gone, and the universe cried out more than when Alderaan went.
Yes. But that alone, if all that is treated badly, then yeah, they're going to have a lot of problems. But they're going to have more problems with whatever they do by the fact they haven't bothered to provide background material for anything. What can you really base anything on when it comes to that universe? I think you're struggling.
Yeah, I really do think you're struggling as well. It's sort of meh. Oh. Wow, the game crashed.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising.
Sort of is. Oh well, let's try again. Load wherever I was. Let's see if the game's... right, now it has come back, so... Okay. Frankly, that really is telling, because the film is so... Why did it get such hype reviews? Honestly,
I'm not sure, because when I actually saw the finished product, I thought it was good, but I thought there were certain bits that were good, but certain bits that were rubbish.
Yeah.
In the end, the flaws, I think,
outweigh the rubbish.
The flaws outweighed the good. So I don't really see how. I think people were just overestimating how good it was, really.
Yeah, I am sort of glad we didn't see it the first day.
Yeah, because we'd have gone along and booked it and then had a massive disappointment.
Yeah, it's not as bad as episode 1,
No.
but
In certain ways it is, because at certain parts of the episode, in the end, if I had to have a choice between watching episode 1 again and watching that film again, it would be episode 1.
yeah, by the way, I need to borrow that because I got the riff tracks cheap. So
Yeah, okay. Yep.
yeah, so
But I would... Yeah...
I can't say that that film is good.
Okay, let's put this. Would you recommend somebody else watching it? Somebody said, "What are your thoughts? Do you recommend me giving it a go? In what circumstances would you say yes?" You wouldn't say get the DVD. Would
No.
you say go to the cinema to see it?
No.
So wait for it to come on TV.
If you're a true Star Wars fan, whatever I fucking say, you've already seen it.
Yep.
If you're not a true Star Wars fan, if you're sort of intrigued, don't even bother. You're going to ruin it. The problem is, if Han lived, the film would work.
Yeah.
Han died. The film...
Pointlessly.
I'd rather, I know this is sickening, had Leia die.
It makes more sense because Leia did less in the film.
And have Han, in the next one, teach and train, basically take on as a mentor, or become the general again to carry on his wife's legacy.
Now that would be good because he walked away from it and then he comes back to it.
Yeah. But also...
it would allow him to be cool, to still do things like shoot people and be cool.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean
really,
you're going to have him in every single one of the next films.
No.
No, you just
But
have him...
He's still a feature. He's still a feature when you need him.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I keep on screwing up this jump.
Not to mention you could have him in the operations room doing the thing, doing the make decisions.
Yes. But it would have been better if you had him...
Doing that. Yeah.
If you had Han go off on a little bit of a vendetta,
Yeah.
and you sort of go, well, sort of have a rule that, yeah, Kylo Ren, persona non grata. I don't care if he's gone to the light side again. He's dead.
Yeah.
If he comes...
Like that, yeah.
I know he is a good character, Han Solo, but I would rather have him that he can get super pissed off. And
just have it. Here's the way I'd do it.
yeah,
I'd have it so he kind of in the end Kylo Ren goes back to the light side.
yeah,
And Luke even actually trains him up again, or at least tries to help him control his anger and stuff like that.
yeah,
The one person who will accept him is Han Solo.
yeah.
And that makes sense is good from a character standpoint. But instead we got Leia, who really didn't do much in the first place. And
She didn't need to be in the film.
he could have been killed in the film, that would have been the best use of
Yeah. Now, I know that probably Harrison Ford's contract was for like one film only. I can understand that, but
as the general, he could have appeared in the third film and it could have worked out that way.
yeah, it really annoys me.
The wrong person is killed, and it's going to show in the next films.
Box office, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not
Box office and story, I'd say.
Yeah, it's not going to be a dry... I'm sorry, I think that is the first time I'd ever say I was close to tears.
Oh, I wasn't, because as soon as I saw him have the position in the...
Yeah, well, no, it's more
Oh, yeah.
because he is a classic character, and killing off a classic character like that has got to mean... Okay, you have got to have balls. You've got to have a character that...
You gotta have a character. You gotta have a scene that's worth it, and a character that's worth it.
Yeah.
The Ren is none of that, and that's the main problem with that scene and that film, and the fact that they killed that iconic character in a way which is pointless.
Yeah.
And you don't gain anything, and in the end, it's going to be remembered as the film where they killed him off for the douche.
Basically, stick with the standard trilogy. The first 3 films. That's it. That's all you need.
I think what might actually happen is, and this has happened on computer games.
Yeah.
Lost Horizon is an example. Is the company made a second game?
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody said it's rubbish, and I personally don't intend to play it, because I'm gonna say, okay, well, that's an alternate way of doing it, but I don't think it happened that way with the characters. And that might be what happened to happens to the trilogy with this. People are gonna say, okay, well, but for me, the Star Wars thing stops at this point and doesn't go any further.
No, I'd rather read the Thrawn trilogy.
Exactly. And people are going to say, well, I'm going to stick to the Legendary universe.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, and I think... this could be the Death March of Star Wars.
He's got to do something very, very good in the next one, I'd say.
But can he, though?
I don't know. It's
Frankly, the only person who could save this is not J.J. Abrams. It's Joss Whedon.
Yes, actually, Joss Whedon could bring it around and add some more humanity to it.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but
actually, I've just realised who that guy is.
who?
The annoying Sith Lord, Sith Lord of childhood tantrums.
Yeah.
He is Aiden Pierce.
Aiden Pierce? Oh, fuck me.
To a certain extent, he is.
Right, okay.
Like him.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
If you have ever seen my Watch Dogs Let's Play, he is fucking Aiden Pierce. Oh my god.
You don't like
Why
hero.
is the douche...
And also, you like the side characters more, but they keep focusing on the Sith Lord.
Yeah. For God's sakes, I like the new characters. If they...
General.
Well, no, if they said in the film, the main target of Kylo Ren are the old characters. Leia,
Yeah.
Han, Luke, and Chewie. He wants to kill them. He wants to kill them. And have him not be able to do that. Have the main newer characters try and save the older ones.
Yeah.
And protect them. And then in the second film have them basically, they're off somewhere else. And you could also have you could also have books saying what they're doing. That would be good for the expanded universe. It's like, wow, okay, you've got to read the books. Oh, wow, that's cool. And then have them come back in the last film and basically have them tag team, if you see what I mean. And
no, I see what you mean. You got the old and the new fighting alongside.
But
TNG,
well, make it Generations. Star Trek Generations. That's what you really needed. Not a passing of the torch that makes grown men cry. I'm sorry.
It's not even a passing of the torch, even, because...
No, it isn't.
The torch too for Han Solo's role.
Well, Rey, but the problem is Rey is going to become a Jedi, and that's not Han Solo's role.
So there's nobody to pass the torch to. One of the main characters that douche lord could actually have a connection with and kind of a rivalry hatred for is now dead.
Yeah.
So that plot point is now pretty much kaput. So what is he gonna do? Just kind of rage at people?
Yeah. Let's final thoughts, because we've been going for like 3 hours.
Okay, so final thoughts are: yes, in a normal film, it would be classed as certainly more than average. Probably a lot of people would say very good. However, for a Star Wars...
Well, no, let's put it this way. If this was Civil War, and they basically put the same sort of story and had one of your favourite characters die, say, Tony Stark...
Tony Stark dies, and yeah.
Would you class this as a good film?
No. Because if it was done exactly the same way, the pointlessness of the death would mean that I would be so annoyed, and would remain annoyed.
I'm with you. It's that death.
It doesn't serve any purpose. And
if it was to save...
to save Chewie, to save any of the other characters, to save would be the best one of all.
To save his friend, to save Chewie, or to save Leia.
Yeah.
To save Leia.
That would be even better, yeah.
That would be even better.
But in the end, Leia should have been the one to die. It's obvious.
But Rob, you don't realise what was said. There was something that was rumoured a couple of years ago. I think about 2 years ago. Luke Skywalker was supposed to be Kylo Ren.
Now that would have made it better.
It would have made the death work. It would have made trying to get Luke back work. Luke was Han's friend. Trying to get him back from the dark side and have him be killed by Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
That would have worked. You can, for God's sake, you can see it in the way it was. You could tell that J.J. Abrams wanted to shoot that instead.
The symbolism is there. That symbolism doesn't work.
The symbolism doesn't work with Kylo Ren. It works with Luke Skywalker. For God's sake, it works if Kylo Ren didn't ever take off his helmet?
Yeah. That's the
And have that Luke could not be found?
And he never said he was the colour that he was Luke, and then it's just revealed that he is.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff has so much significance because they're like, oh my god, Luke's been here all the time.
And it wasn't Han's son that killed everyone. It was Luke. And have Han's son be in the next film. That would have been epic. This film, I think we are on the death nails. This is the first nail in the coffin.
I think they got to do something good, because you don't kill off main characters like that and then just do it badly, and then you can't go back from that. You can't do a Dallas.
No, the way they did it, they can't do a Dallas. There is nothing you can do. He was in the explosion. He is dead. There are going to be like a billion fan fictions saving him.
Where he's not dead, saving you, but that's not what it is.
That's not canon.
It's a death now. It's not canon, and also they did death now of the lightsaber to the chest.
Yes.
And that means in Star Wars, dead.
Yes. I'm sorry. J.J. Abrams, I think he wanted it to be Mark Hamill sabering
Mark Hamill.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
And that would have worked.
Missing guy with the mask, the whole thing about being seduced to the dark side, and the symbolism. It's all there.
It's all there. The problem is
he was just lumbered with the fact that they didn't have the guts to do it.
Something went wrong, and in an alternate universe, there was the two of us are talking about how Luke Skywalker killed Han Solo.
And about how good it was. But instead, we've got
this. I'm sorry, I'm not buying the DVD.
I'm seriously considering not doing that, yeah.
Because I couldn't watch it again.
I'm not really sure I'd want to watch it again.
For God's sakes, I watched episode 3 times at the fucking cinema. We went multiple times.
That's true, actually, yeah. And that film had some flaws.
A lot of flaws.
But it wasn't as flawed as this.
It wasn't as flawed as this. They have got to pull out some really major stops.
They've got to do it well, yeah.
Everybody seems to be raving about this. I think they're wrong.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to watch it again and they're going to get some perspective and go, oh.
Yeah. It might have earned $1 billion. But I have a funny feeling the next one's not going to earn that much.
No, people are gonna think about it.
I'm seriously. Unless this YouTube channel can pretty much pay for me to go to the film in 2 years' time, and I can pay for myself to go to that film from what I do on YouTube, I won't go. And I won't be sad.
Well, the fact that we're seriously considering not doing that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, I don't think there needs to be any closing thoughts, because if we are thinking about not seeing the next canon film of Star Wars, in other words, they fucked up. With one scene, they fucked up.
More than one scene.
More than one scene, but it's that scene. Without that scene, Kylo Ren would just be a bastard. Would just be an annoying brat. He would be an Anakin. With that scene, he is the most awful person in the Star Wars universe, and I don't care.
But it's not just. But
I can tell that he is going to be redeemed. It's screaming at us. Anakin was redeemed.
True.
Come on. For God's sakes, Anakin slaughtered younglings.
And he
was redeemed.
This guy's going to be redeemed, but in the end, you gotta have a reason to want to watch the next one. And currently, it was patchy enough, and there are enough questionable decisions that I'm going to seriously need to consider it.
Yeah, you and me both.
I'm not saying no, but I'm seriously going to have to consider maybe not doing that.
Well, for fuck's sakes, I want to see the Deadpool movie.
Yeah, I actually have more interest in some of the trailers that came up rather than the actual film in the end.
Yeah. So thank you everyone who's watched this. Whether you watched the film or not, whether you agree with us or not, write in the comments what you think. Are we right? Are we wrong? Did you cry when Han was shot? I don't care if you're a man. I admit I was near to tears. There have been 2 times in cinema history I've been near to tears. One was over an inanimate object being destroyed. The Aston Martin DBS in Casino Royale. And this was the second time. Han Solo. You can't do that to something that people love so much.
Well, you can.
You can.
Others have done it, and it's been a worthwhile sacrifice, and it's been a worthy sacrifice.
True.
It's advanced the plot, and the only way to do it was that, and it was a difficult decision. This is an example of, I don't know if there's something in it completely failing and it becoming increasingly obvious how much it has failed.
If Harrison Ford now this would be the ultimate thing. If I was Harrison Ford, I would say we are going to reshoot that damn scene. I am going to be saving Chewie.
Yeah.
End of. If you want me in this film, I am going to be saving Chewie.
If I'm gonna be killed off, I'm gonna be saving Chewie.
He is my Han Solo's best friend. Save Chewie or save Leia. One or the other.
Chewie or Leia, but it's something that would make the reveal, if they did the Luke reveal,
even more epic. Even if they didn't, it would still be good.
Yeah,
and we would want to see the next film. At the moment, I don't care.
Well, for me, it's a combination of things. For one thing, the lack of scope, it really bit into me as well.
I'm sorry to the actors who are playing the new roles.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be the biggest thing ever.
It is.
They were like, wow, I'm in Star Wars. And it is going to be, but it's not going to be the thing that makes their career as much as the originals.
No. It hasn't made Hayden Christensen's career. It's pretty much killed his career. Natalie Portman survived without it. Ewan McGregor survived without it. Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson. He could be in a film about dung heaps, and we'd still watch it. So yeah,
it hasn't done anything to anyone. Really, and I think this is going to be the same thing. But no, in the end, it's not going to be the Star Wars phenomenon that we got even with that we got with the original and the prequels. I think people are going to wise up by the second one, and it's just going to be less of a thing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your final thought.
I'd say so. Good film. If it wasn't a Star Wars one, and it wasn't being, and the standards weren't well raised to what a Star Wars film should be and what people have made in the past, then it would be considered at the very least an average, probably a good average.
Yeah.
But with the standards that it has to be viewed in, no, not actually a good film.
No.
It's just when there are scenes which I would completely forward through.
Yeah.
Every single time I watch it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing that in a film generally.
No, especially not in a Star Wars film.
Yeah, or any sci-fi film. Can you imagine doing that to something like The Last Starfighter?
Yeah, in my view, my last thoughts are: I don't want to buy the DVD. I don't want to have it on my Google Play. If I don't want to do that, you've done something wrong. You better fix it for the next film, and even then,
if they fix it, I'm fine. If they fix it, I'm fine. If they partially fix it, I think I might be fine. It's just, but you got to do something.
You have got to do something. You have got to, and it's got to be drastic.
Something must happen. You must take a look at the script and analyse where you went wrong.
Yeah, look near the words Kylo Ren. And then...
Just Kylo Ren. It's not just Kylo Ren.
There are. We've discussed the other things, but I just think...
Yeah, but Kylo Ren is the wow. Yeah, Kylo Ren is the Aiden Pierce. He is...
Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening.
Well, and you, and in the end, I think you know what we think. But like I said, it's if you want to see it, make up your own mind, fine. Because like I said, I talked to someone who said they thought it was a really good film.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any complaints. And
no.
So I can't. So in the end, maybe it's just us, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There'll be other people.
Tell me what you guys think if you've seen it already. Are we right? Are we right? Are we wrong? Are you going to see it? Have you already butchered? Well, have you already seen it? And do you agree with us? Things like that. Are you going to see it even though we say no? I don't care if you do. I'm not saying it's not worth seeing, but it brings some tissues. If you're a fan of Han Solo, bring some tissues.
Yeah.
It's heart-wrenching. It really is. It really is heart-wrenching, and I rarely say that. So, thank you for watching.
Well, for me, it was less heart-wrenching, as in it was more the fact that in making decisions like that, it showed the story they botched the story, because it was just like, look, you're botching the story and you got rid of a character that I like watching.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's gonna be it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I guess where have you maybe. Obviously, we wouldn't recommend necessarily seeing it in cinema, but based on that. But if you want to see it, then go ahead and then make up your mind. It's I would say 3D effects are impressive.
Yeah, but
certain things look really great.
Certain things are really great, but
the general plot and certainly some of the script and like I said, the limited universe. It does let it down. Limited universe, one of my main things.
Yeah.
It's a biggie for me because, as I already explained, but it's big.
Yeah.
That's a big problem for me.
Okay. Goodbye.
Yep. Bye.